Donald Trump went to Michigan on Friday evening, and oh my God, it was the worst rally he's ever held in his life. After complaining about the microphone not working, Donald Trump decided to simulate a sexual act on the mic stand on the podium for no apparent reason, all right? I mean, there's never really a good reason to do that, but there was no reason for this to happen, and yet it did. But before we show you the clip, in the off chance you haven't seen it yet, here is what Donald Trump said. He was angry because he says the microphone's not working properly, which apparently has happened everywhere he's gone, and they still haven't, done sound checks or brought in his own people to make sure the equipment works properly. No, they've done nothing to make sure problems don't happen. So, of course, problems keep happening. But he was mad. He started yelling. He's like, fix the mic, huh? You gotta be kidding. Do you want to see me knock the hell out of people backstage? I'd love to see you try. I would absolutely like to see you attempt that. That would be hilarious. I get so angry. I'm up here seething. I'm seething. I'm working my ass off with this stupid mic. I'm blowing out my left arm now. I'm going to blow out my right arm, and I'm blowing out my damn throat too because of these stupid people. And then, after all that whining and crying, he did this. So the question I have is, who does that appeal to? What was the purpose of this, right? You're mad about the microphone. I get it. Understandable. However, it's happened to you so many times, you should know to bring your own people or to at least do mic checks before you get up on stage. So that is kind of on you, but I get the frustration. But the rest of it, pretending to perform a sexual act on it, who does that appeal to, right? Were there any swing voters in the United States, any independent voters, anybody on the fence who saw that clip and they were like, you know what, I was leaning towards Harris, but once I saw him pretend to deep throat that microphone, that sealed the deal, and I was immediately sold on the fact that Donald Trump is the most qualified to run this country. Do you think that happened? Do you think there is a single person in this country that had that thought go through their heads? That, well, I didn't like him, but, that whole thing, of course I'm going to vote for him now. No. So that, again, is the question, who does this play to? Like, who does this win over with your childish actions on stage? But to be fair, that wasn't even all of it. There were other very horrible things that happened at that rally, like Donald Trump telling everybody that if they don't vote for him, they're all going to die. That's not hyperbole either. He said literally, if you don't vote for me, you are all going to die. Here's the clip.
Well, meltdown and millions of people will die. You're going to die. This is not a charity event. This is an election for the biggest and toughest job anywhere in the world. This is the toughest job in the world.
You're all going to die. And I like how low energy he was with that too, right? You would think if he honestly believed that millions of people were going to die, he'd be a little more panicked, right? You'd be concerned about the people you allegedly care about all dying, but it's just like, you're going to die, all of you, every one of you, this way, dead, whatever, I don't care. Like, if you sense impending doom, maybe have a little bit of panic in your voice, maybe show people that you actually care about it instead of just being like, well, we're going to die, whatever, I've lived a good one. Like, no, first of all, nobody's going to die. That's not going to happen. And trying to scare people into submission, once again, is not going to win you any more votes. And then things got even weirder when he was on a rant about robots and then pivoted from robots to point out the fact that there was a beautiful blonde woman in the crowd. Here it is.
With computers all over the place and robots, lots of robots, by the way. So I said, well, how's that going? I was making a speech and I said, I'm right about there where that very beautiful girl is. I'm not allowed to say that. See the beautiful blonde girl right there? I said, now that's the end of your political career when you do that. You're not allowed to call anybody beautiful anymore. If you do, it's the end of your political career. Ron Johnson would never do.
So easily distracted, right? The robots are coming and they're going to take your jobs, but they're not going to take the job of that hot woman, right? Oh boy. Yeah, that's right. What is this? What are we even looking at here? This is a man that in the next day could end up becoming the president-elect, and he can't even stay on topic if he sees a pretty woman. He's like, holy crap, I gotta address this and look like a scumbag. I'm telling people they're all gonna die. I tried to deep throat a microphone. What is this? Why am I having to talk about these things? I don't like this. This is not what I went to school for. I have a degree in political science. I want to be able to talk about policy. I want to be able to talk about polling data and how it's right or wrong or the methodology. I want to talk about what the future of the country could be, what politician is doing what. I don't want to sit here and talk about stupid stuff from Donald Trump anymore. So please, for the love of God, America, help me not have to do that by making the right choice tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.